Okay, so good morning once again. Good morning. It's a pleasure having you here. Yes, and we have Jonathan Falola here. We have Kanayo Okonkwo, and we have Solomon Musa here with us. And then hopefully others will join us in good time as we want to cover a bit of some information today. We're going to be proceeding in our workshop. First of all, how are you doing today? I need that as a form of feedback to be sure that the audio level is good to go. How are you doing today? Let's know from the comment section. How are you guys doing today? It's a pleasure having you guys back here for day 2 of the workshop. Yes, day 2 for the workshop. And I'm going to give a very quick summary of what we did yesterday because of time. Thank you. I can see Solomon Musa said, good morning, doing well. And Jonathan Falola said, doing fine, boss. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great. So as you can see on the screen, what we're talking about today is market analysis, right? So today we're talking about market analysis, but before we dive into that, I want to just quickly run down, just within 1 minute or 30 seconds, what we discussed yesterday for those that were here. We have somebody here, Hope Tom. I'm not sure whether you were with us yesterday, but you're welcome all the same. So yesterday, we did an introduction to the business of trading. And obviously, this is the beginners section. This is the beginners class. So we did an introduction to the business of trading. And we also did an introduction to the software, the MetaTrader 4, how to use it to open, close, and modify trades. I hope you guys were able to do the little assignment. For those that were here yesterday, we gave out a little assignment. So we hope you were able to. Let us know if you were. One thing that I would always say is that you are here because you want to make money. Everybody knows that, obviously. But for you to make money, you need to put in the work. You need to put in the work, right? So I hope for those that were here, I hope you were able to do some little practicals yesterday. Thank you to Hope Tom. I can see your message. Thank you. Right. So don't forget, as usual, kindly post this link on your WhatsApp status for others to see it and then for them to join us as well. Right. So can you do that for us? And then also don't forget to follow us on the social media handles. Right. Let's continue. Nobody is saying whether they did the assignment yesterday or not, but let's continue because of time. So today, what we have for you today is market analysis. And trust me, this is a very key aspect of the business because most people are not placing trades the proper way. If you want to know how to place trades the proper way, it has to do with market analysis. Where you are hearing this strategy, that strategy, everything is under market analysis. Market analysis, as you would see, is simply based on entry and exit. How do you enter the market? How do you exit the market? You are entering and you are exiting based on information. It is information that's going to tell you what to do and when to do it, how to do it. And that's what we're going to be talking about now, today, market analysis. So please, guys, make sure you are paying attention. Don't forget that this is a free session. But what we want everybody to pay today is your attention. Make sure you pay plenty of it. And then also make sure you are taking down jotters. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to ask as well. So we say market analysis is basically entry and exit based on information, right? Now, I want to give you a quick illustration so that we understand what we're talking about much better. Let me give you a quick illustration talking about crossing the road. And I'm sure we have all crossed the road before, obviously, right? Probably you crossed the road today and so on. Now, when you want to cross the road, right? I'm going to paint two scenarios and you guys will quickly answer because of time, right? When you want to cross the road, how do you cross the road? Do you cross the road, A, by just crossing the road, you don't look left, you don't look right, or B, do you look left and right before crossing the road? Some people might even say look left, right, left before crossing the road. That is B. And then A, you just cross the road that way. Which one do you think is the right way to go about it? Is it scenario A or is it B? Okay, thank you. I have one comment coming in here, and that's from Hope Tom. Any other person? We need to be fast, please, because I want us to participate. Participation is key. But as much as I want us to participate, I want us to finish on time, right? So that the recording, you can watch it again and it is not too lengthy. Okay, thank you. So Hope Tom said you look left and right, and Linda Asifo said B, which is also look left and right. Thank you. Now you guys are saying look left and right because it makes sense. Makes sense. So why does it make sense? It makes sense because as you're looking left and right, you are gathering information. Remember we said market analysis has to do with entry and exit based on information. So crossing the road is also based on information. You look left and right, you gather information that helps you to know whether you should cross now or not to cross. Simple. That's what market analysis is all about. So we painted this picture for all of you to understand so that it will help your market analysis much better. Okay, now what is market? We're breaking the word market analysis into market and then analysis. If we were to ask you what is market, I'm sure you'll be like, oh, Mr. Tolu, what are you saying? I know what market is. Market is where I go to buy food, right? So basically, market is what? Market is a place. You can say market is a place where you do buying and selling, right? Of products, services, and so on, right? So that's what market is. In this case, market is a place where you do buying and selling of different instruments. You do buying and selling of Forex, which is currencies. You do buying and selling of cryptocurrencies. You do buying and selling of equities, and a whole lot of other things. That is market for you. I hope that we are taking down jottings as well. I hope that we're taking down jottings. It is very, very important, please, right? So that's what market is. Now, as we say what market is, what is analysis? What do we understand by analysis, right? I'm going to help you out because market is straightforward, but analysis, in as much as I can't see you guys, I'm sure some of us might have the barrel in the mouth. You are thinking analysis, or maybe you're looking at the sky and you're repeating that word analysis. What is analysis, right? Let me help you guys out. Analysis, as the name implies, is what? Is the breakdown, the study, the examination, the evaluation, evaluation of information. You're analyzing something. As an example, I want to analyze, let's say I want to analyze Solomon Musa now. That means that I want to study Solomon Musa better. I want to understand Solomon Musa better. I want to evaluate Solomon Musa. Do you understand the concept? It's always good when we break things down so it will be easy for us to understand. So now that we've broken down markets and then we've broken down analysis, now we're going to combine the two of them together. And then we can simply say, I hope you guys are writing down, by the way. You guys are writing down. We can simply say that market analysis is the gathering of information. Don't forget, like you wanted to cross the road, you gathered information by looking left and right. Market analysis is the gathering of information and then you interpret that information. So it is that interpretation that will help you to know whether you should cross the road now or not to cross the road. In this case of trading, it is the interpretation of the information that will help you to make that decision of whether to buy now or sell now, or buy later or sell later, depending on what the situation is. I hope we're making sense. I hope we're not too fast. Let me get your feedback on that. I hope we're making sense. I hope we're not too fast. Let us know. Okay. Thank you. So I can see some, I can see Hope Tom said we follow. Great. So let's continue. So now this market analysis is broken down into these two aspects. It is broken down into the fundamentals and also broken down into the technicals. Thank you, Jonathan Falola said we are with you. Thank you. So market analysis is broken down into fundamentals and technicals. right? Fundamentals has to do with news. News is what? News is information. It's information that we hear. You know, when we talk about information, you can get information from different sources. You can get information from the radio, from the internet, from different places. You can get information from a friend. So this information we're talking about, we're looking at information based on news, right? And then information based on technical, which has to do with the charts. The charts is price action, support, and resistance. Price action, support, and resistance. Thank you, Mr. Andrew. We are with you, sir. Thank you. So if you look at it this way, fundamentals and technicals based on the market analysis is going to help us to enter and then to exit trades appropriately. So what we're going to be doing now, we're going to first of all talk about the fundamentals today, and then tomorrow we're going to talk about the technicals and then show you how to combine the two of them together. We must show you, because seeing is believing. And that's why yesterday, for those that were around, we gave you an assignment and we said, go and practice the open, close, and modifying of trades that we did. But I don't know, most times people do not do it. If we give you an assignment today, are you going to do it? I really don't know, right? But let's continue. They say many are called and few are chosen. I do hope that you guys are here at the few, right? We're still expecting more people to join us, but let's proceed notwithstanding. So we're looking at the fundamentals first of all, and we're going to be looking at news. Remember, we said news is information. And this news can come as a scheduled news or a breaking news. Scheduled news simply means news that is scheduled. Sorry for that definition. Let me say that again. I was laughing at myself when I said scheduled news is simply known as news that is scheduled. Well, that is the truth. Scheduled news is news that is coming out at a particular time, particular date. As an example, Christmas. We all know when it's coming out. We know when elections is coming out. We know when this is coming out. Your birthday too is also what? It's also a scheduled news. But what is a breaking news? Breaking, as the name implies, all of a sudden. So you can see the way that we are breaking down this information on how to trade in order to become consistently profitable. We're doing it in a simple manner for everybody to understand. And that's why we didn't ask you, what is your background? Are you an engineer, a scientist? Are you in the medical field? No, you don't need to be in the finance, accounts, or, whatever field that has to do with trading. No, anybody and everybody can trade. We just need your full attention, right? We just need your full attention, and we need you to practice. So I hope I have your full attention, right? I'm going to test it now. Kindly type 3 in the chat section, and I'm going to say that only once. I won't say it again. So let's see whether we would follow up with that. And I'm going to continue with the discussion. Hopefully we do that. So it's a test. Thank you guys. Okay, awesome. I can see we have Kelechi said 3, Solomon said 3, Linda said 3, Kana said 3. And also, sorry guys, hope you don't mind me calling you first name basis. We from Africa, we always say the Sama, we call the full name Mr., Mrs. At times I normally mix up some names and I might say Mr. instead of Mrs., right? So I'll just do first name basis, right? At least that's what is done in the Western world, right? Like where I am right now. So now, okay, thank you. Kelechi said it's fine. Thank you. Andrew said 3 too. You see, Andrew said 3 very late because Andrew might have been wondering, oh, what are they typing 3 for? Let me join them and also type 3. That's why we need your full attention quickly. Thank you. Hope Tom said it's okay. Great. So now let's continue with the fundamentals because we don't want to take much of our time. So for these fundamentals based on scheduled and breaking, based on news, this news could either be good news or it could be bad news. The news could either be good news or bad news. That's it, right? I don't want to give, or maybe I should give this certain example. Let me give this example. I'm sure we'll be able to relate because it's something that's happening in Nigeria now. With respect to the Naira, right? We all know that Naira has been losing its value for a long period of time. So this news respect to the Naira and what is even happening now to the Naira, is it good or bad news? I'm sure it is a no-brainer. We should already know the kind of news. You know, it is bad news. And because it is bad news, what do you think people will be doing to the Naira? They'll be selling the Naira, buying the dollars. That's it, or buying the pounds. And that's why you have a lot of people relocating, doing the jackpot. I'm smiling, I'm laughing at myself because apparently I'm one of them, right? But it is analysis, market analysis. It's what is in front of us, and we understand this. Once you understand something, you take advantage. You don't wait for, you don't wait to be the last person, right? So to say. So thank you, Kelechi said bad news. Exactly. So let's continue. We're going to break it down and you'll understand this good and bad news much easily. We're going to be looking at examples of scheduled and breaking news. It is these examples that will help us to understand all of these things better. And the way we are going to be doing it, we're going to use these examples as a form of classwork, as a form of class activities. So I need your feedback now. Somebody just joined us. I believe it was Basi Eyo. You're welcome. I think somebody also joined us as well. Zacchaeus Anasa Kioja. Sorry for pronouncing your name in that funny way. Sorry. So you're welcome, guys. You're a bit late all the same. I'm not sure that you were here yesterday, but you can also watch the recording on the YouTube channel. So follow us on YouTube as well, TenTrade. Great. So now let's continue. Please also invite people that you know would like to learn how to trade the proper way. And also, I'll state this, if you don't have a trading account, please do the needful. Contact your account manager for assistance or contact the person that gave you the link for you to be here today, right? And then have an account with us, TenTrade, a demo or live, and start practicing. Very, very key, very, very important. You can also let us know if you need any further assistance, whatever it may be, whether it's a one-on-one or whatever you want. Let us know, talk to your account manager, and we'll see what we can do for you. Okay, Basia, you said, good morning, sir. I was here yesterday. Awesome. Okay, great. So let's continue. So now we want to look at some examples. Let's look at some examples of breaking news, first of all. Right? Now, I'm going to start with the first one. The earthquake, I don't know whether you guys remember, there was this major earthquake that happened in Japan, 2011. I believe that was called the tsunami. You know, there was an earthquake that happened, I believe it was yesterday in Turkey, or was it 2 days ago in Turkey, right? I can't remember the magnitude, maybe 6 point something. But if you remember the one from the earthquake in Japan, 2011, you would answer this quick question for us. Was it good or bad? You would say that you guys, everybody should be saying the same thing because it is easy, it is straightforward. And you are going to say that for yourself. What we want for you as you are understanding this now is for you to practice. You must practice immediately. Thank you, Mr. Zacchaeus. Good morning, sir. I'm new here. Okay, don't worry. The person that gave you the link, you reach out to the person so that you can get connected to the recording on the YouTube channel. And of course, talk to your account manager. Hopefully you have an account with TenTrade. If you don't have an account, kindly talk to the person that sent you the link to be here today, and then get your account up and running so that you can start practicing. So let's continue. What's your answer, guys? If you don't answer, I'll just steamroll and give you the answer. But I want to show you guys that it is not difficult. Trading is not difficult. It is rather straightforward. The question again, the earthquake in Japan, was it good or was it bad? Anybody? I just need one answer, just one answer from somebody. Okay, no answer. I know there might be a bit of a delay, so I'll just wait a few seconds. And if no answer, I would answer it myself. Thank you. I have a comment coming in here. Let me scroll down, and that's coming in from Kelechi, and he said it's a bad news. I think I've been seeing Kelechi giving us the answer more or less. First of all, I'm trying to scroll up to see whether he has been answering very fast, because you know they say as the spirit leads, and as the spirit leads, I was thinking of something now. I was thinking of if Mr. Kelechi continues, I believe it's a Mr. If he continues to give us the answers fast before every other person, I might just give him something from myself personally on behalf of TenTrade, right? I might just give you maybe a quick one-on-one session. We could just, have a planned Zoom session together, maybe for about 30 minutes or whatever the duration is, and then discuss further. And that's why I want us to participate, because you can easily get some goodies here, either from TenTrade or from myself, right? Thank you. So I know Kelechi will like that. Okay. And Zakio said it was a bad news. Great. Now, Kelechi, just watch. As we ask more questions, you're going to see it's going to be a battle. Everybody, they're going to be rushing to answer. Okay, so it is fastest fingers, and then we'll see what we can do for you, right? Okay, so you guys are correct. The earthquake in Japan was bad. The earthquake in Turkey, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, was also bad. So that means that the economy for Japan would have would have fallen. So that means that we're supposed to be selling. Because if you remember from yesterday, when the price is going up, we should be buying. And when the price is going down, we should be selling. So trading is all about the direction, right? Now look at the next one that we have, the terrorist attack at the World Trade Center. What do you guys think? Okay, Andrew said it was bad news because it will impact negatively, exactly that word, negatively, on the Japanese economy. Thank you, Mr. Andrew. Thank you. I love the fact that you guys are now participating because you heard that I might give out something. You can see that we all like bribery. We all like bribery. I won't say corruption, but we all like to be bribed every now and then. Okay, and Kelechi said, yes, bad news. Okay, you are correct too, Mr. Kelechi. Terrorist attack at the World Trade Center was bad news. And it was, because it was bad news, it's supposed to be selling the US dollar at that point in time. Now look at this next one, the oil boom in the US. Can you remember that period? It was this particular oil boom in the US and also in Ghana, 2011. Was that good? Was it bad? What do you guys think? Somebody is here, I might not be able to hear, so let me just try and call the person's attention. Kindly enable your your audio via Zoom at Felicitas. Okay, sorry, I'm just typing that for the Felicitas person to see it and know that he needs to do the needful. Okay, thank you, Mr. Kelechi again, fastest fingers. Thank you. I know you guys can see everything, so you might be thinking, oh, the next one will be this, so I might throw you guys the call ball soon. Okay, so Mr. Kelechi first answer again said oil bomb, good news, which is good. Obviously, we all agree. Basitu said good one. Andrew said, oh, oil bomb, good news. And Zakir said oil bomb was a good news. Now you can see you guys are all saying the same thing. So it's either you're all right or you're all wrong. And of course, you guys are right. It is easy. It is straightforward. So let me ask you guys another one, right? And this one, I'm going to ask it in two parts, right? I'm going to skip to the COVID, and then, and guys, don't forget, for good news, we're supposed to be buying. So you can write that down. That good news is equals to buy, and then bad news is equals to sell. Now, for the COVID that happened in 2020, when we had the lockdown. So I'm going to ask this question in two ways. For the COVID 2020 lockdown, who can tell us when there was a lockdown, what happened to crude oil? Yes, what happened to crude oil? Was it up? Was it down? Crude oil. What happened to crude oil during the lockdown year 2020? I'm sure we're all locked down somewhere, even if you were not in Nigeria, because the lockdown was everywhere. So Kelechi said crude oil was down worldwide. Awesome. Mr. Kelechi, I might just be forced to give you something, but let's see how it goes. Mr. Kelechi, oh, sorry. First answer was from Zakio, sorry. It was down. Mr. Kelechi said crude oil was down worldwide. Andrew too said down. I'm sure you guys remember that period that crude oil went negative. I think it was about negative $37 per barrel for the Brent crude, which obviously was very bad. I think that time they said, you guys were seeing some graphics here and there where they said that the price of a Coke bottle is more expensive than 1 liter of crude oil. So that crude oil was down. Why? Because people were not moving around. People were not patronizing petrol, were not buying petrol. People were at home, no movement. Diesel was not being bought for offices and so on, right? So people were locked down, they were at home. So basically the demand, thank you. Can see, I'm going to add something to what Mr. Andrew just said. Andrew said, because the demand was low due to inactivity. Yes, apart from the fact that the demand was low, the supply was very high. Why was the supply very high? Just to show you why it fell very, very heavily. Why was the supply very high? Because they were still producing crude oil. And if they were still producing crude oil, the storage facilities were getting filled up. Does that make sense? Demand was low, but the supply was super duper high. And that is why the crude oil, it tanked, it fell. I don't know which English word you want to use. Hope that makes sense, right? So that means that at that point in time, we're supposed to be selling the crude oil. Now, based on this same COVID period, the lockdown period, what happened to the shares of Netflix? I'm sure we know Netflix. Netflix is that platform where we watch movies, documentaries, series, and the rest of them. Who can tell us? Let's see the first person to answer. What happened to the shares of Netflix? Netflix, the shares of Netflix. Waiting for the first answer to come in. Okay, let's see, what do we have here? First answer coming in from Linda. I love the fact that now we're all rushing to answer, and so far so good. People are chipping in. We have different people coming in, giving us the first answer. That's how it's meant to be. Now, let me tell you what I did for you guys. I did a bit of a mind game, right? Psychology. We're going to still talk about psychology of trading because psychology is in everything in life. I did that, and then everybody said to chip in. And it is actually good for you. Meaning that, look, even if I don't give out anything, you guys are gaining the information, you're participating, but I'm going to still give out something, don't worry. I promise. Let's continue. So Linda said shares increased for Netflix, which is correct. Zakia said it was good news for them, correct. Kelechi said their share grew because of much streaming. Exactly. I love the fact that we're giving the same answer in different ways. Linda first answer said shares increased. Zakia said it was good news for them. Kelechi said their shares grew because they're even giving us the reason. People were at home, they had nothing to do, so they had to entertain themselves, watch stuff on Netflix. That was the period that people were spending heavily on data. People were complaining, oh, I can't believe I just spent X amount of data in one day and so on. So you can see on the flip side, on that same COVID period lockdown, the telecoms, several providers were doing what? They were cashing out because a lot of people were spending money on credit, spending money on data, and so on. So if we're understanding this information, you can see how the different angles were coming from, how it will help you to make money at the end of the day. Beautiful, Andrew said went higher, Zakir said their shares increased. We're all correct. That's it. So this breaking news is easy, it's straightforward. It's something that we can easily understand, right? And then I'm going to give you this quick example before we cross over because we need to move on. I want us to finish on time, ask questions. If there's still a little bit of time, we can do a Q&A or whatever, classwork or something, right? So I'll just give you this quick illustration. I don't know whether you guys have seen that movie White House Down. White House Down. It's a pretty old movie, White House Down. And as the name implies, the White House has to do with America, the US. If you guys have seen that movie, you remember that they took over the White House. Okay, Kelechi said White House. Now look at what we're doing again. I love trading. I love trading and I love training. I love explaining things to people because we at TenTrade, we have seen that we can easily explain things to you and you would understand it very fast. The White House now, what happened in the movie, if you've seen it, they took over the White House, terrorists, which obviously is very difficult real life, but it's a movie. They took over the White House and of course they caused a lot of havoc, mayhem. It was on the news and so on, to the point where the vice president, because the president was still inside the White House, maybe was in the bunker or something running around and so on. Now, who remembers, where was the vice president? Who has an idea? Where was the vice president? I need you to quickly answer. If you don't answer, I'll just give you the answer myself. I'm even trying to use a movie to explain this to you. But those that are not here, they've missed out on a lot, trust me. So in that movie, White House, the vice president, let me help you. The vice president was up in the air. He was in the Air Force One. And I believe there were jets surrounding because it was a chaotic period. If you remember that movie very well, when the vice president was up in airborne in the Air Force One, he was surrounded by generals. They were discussing the situation. Then something happened. You can go and watch the movie again if you can't remember. A lady opened the door where they were and she said that the market just crashed. The market just crashed. Of course, the market is going to crash. That is because the White House Down movie, it was negative. It was bad. The information we got, that is it. Simple. I hope you guys understand this, because by the time you can think of any information that comes your way, you would easily be able to know whether it is good or bad. The only thing now is that it is a breaking news. And because it is breaking news, you don't know when it is going to occur. That is the only thing. Only if somebody here knows when we're going to have the next earthquake or so. I don't know. If somebody does, then I would be afraid of you. We would all be afraid of you, right? So you understand what we mean by breaking news. We're going to cross over to scheduled news now, right? We're going to cross over to scheduled news now, and then we're going to help everybody to understand better. You're welcome, Felicitas. I can see that your audio is turned on now, and you have been hearing our conversation, but you're a bit late, but notwithstanding, you can still watch the recording on the YouTube channel. Just make sure everybody, you are following TenTrade, right, on the YouTube channel, and also follow TenTrade on all the social media handles, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and the rest. Okay, now when it comes to scheduled news is news that is coming out at a particular time. And that's why you can see a lot of websites here. We have the Bloomberg. I'm sure you guys have heard about the Bloomberg. Bloomberg is a website and it's also on DSTV as well. I think it's 411. We have Realtors, we have Investing, Forest Factory. Forest Factory is one. It's actually very good. It's actually a very good website to make use of. We're actually going to make use of it now. I'm going to use that to quickly explain to you the information based on scheduled news. Okay, thank you. Felicitas said good morning. Thank you. So I'm going to use the Forest Factory now. You guys, I hope you are writing down. Now, I always say write down and not take screenshots. Why? Let me explain. I've been doing this for a long period of time. This is a free session. And this is a free session. I'll tell you for a fact that in as much as I can't see you, I don't know what you are doing, whether you're using me to eat or you're lying down or you're in a too comfortable position. No, you should be seated like in a classroom, like me. My video is not on today. For those that were joined yesterday or have been joining since last week, you know my video is always on. But my video is not on today. I want you to concentrate more on what you have in front of you, the slides, and also my voice, right? I believe that's fair enough. So now, we're going to do something. We're going to talk about the Forest Factory. We're going to look at how to interpret it, how to break it down. And then we're going to do what? We're going to understand how to pair two currencies together. So we're going to be going over to the website, forestfactory.com, www.forestfactory.com. I'm going to switch my slides over to Forest Factory now for us to have a look at the website. And I'm going to do what? I'm going to explain this to everybody. So now if you look at the website in front of me, forestfactory.com, and I was also trying to explain earlier why I believe writing is more important than taking screenshots. You know, when you write something, you are communicating with your brain. And the more you write that thing down, the more your brain stores that information. Compared to when you take a screenshot. You take a screenshot now on your phone, you're storing it on the memory of your phone. If anything happens to that phone, the information has gone. So it's always good for you to write things down at the end of the day. So let's quickly interpret this news. Now, this is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to break it down, and within the next 2-3 minutes, you're going to understand this. We won't take much of your time. This news came out today. As you can see, today is Wednesday, February the 8th. The first news came out at 12:50 a.m., next one 3 a.m., 6 a.m., all the way down to 7:45 p.m., right? And then, of course, these are the currencies that are being involved: Japanese yen, JPY, USD, Japanese yen, euros, all the way down to USD again. Now, when it comes to impact here, you can see we have yellow, we have red, and then we have orange, right? So for this yellow, if I put the mouse on it, it says low impact expected, red is high impact expected, and orange is medium impact. Low impact simply means that when the news comes out, the reaction to the news will be very, very low, insignificant, more or less. So I normally tell traders, you don't need to pay attention to the news of low, because the reaction, the volatility is very, very, minute. And let's go over to medium. When it comes to medium, it is higher than low, but it is still not all that significant. It is the ones that has to do with what that has to do with the red that is very, very important, because it is high impact. It's like pouring petrol on fire. I don't know whether you guys have poured, or anybody has poured petrol on fire before, whether it's just a little quant. I'm not saying go and do it, please. Obviously, there isn't enough petrol now with what is happening in the country, right? I'm not saying go and do it, but just for us to understand better. If you've done that before, you will know that it is an explosion, right? Exactly. So now also, these are all the news over here: bank lending, current account. President Biden is giving a speech, or has given a speech rather. These are all the news over here. Please note, you don't need to cram this news. You don't need to focus on the news. What you're after is the interpretation of the news. And if you look at the interpretation, we're going to use this section here to interpret it. You can click here, details on this folder, to get more information. But I'm going to show you how to interpret it within the next 30 seconds. Somebody should time me. 30 seconds. Now look at it now. And this is to show you how straightforward trading is. It is not difficult. This is the previous, right? The previous, we are not making use of this previous news. This previous news came out last month or last week, or whatever the duration was. The forecast, as the name implies, forecast is a prediction. You are forecasting something. You are making a prediction. I'm forecasting that Enyimba will beat Barcelona. That's a forecast. I'm allowed to forecast. The market too has forecast predictions. It doesn't mean that that's what it's going to be actually. Actually, that's why the actual is what we're, didn't draw that well. The actual is what we're after. So this actual, you can see we have actual figures over here: 3.1, 1.18, nothing here, 48.5, 0, and nothing here, because it is not yet 10 a.m. The next news is 10 a.m. If it's 10 a.m., I can easily refresh this page here, and then we'll have the news, the numbers show. So as I said, 30 seconds, the way to interpret this based on the colors, this 3.1 is green. Green means what? Green means buy, right? Green means buy, so you are buying JPY at that point in time. Red means sell, so you are selling this here at that point in time. There's nothing here. This is black. Black is neutral. You're not buying, you're not selling. This is red. Red means sell, and so on. So the only colors you can have for the actual is the green, the red, and the black. Green means buy, red means sell, black means neutral. And it has to do with all of these currencies over here. Do you guys understand that? That is the interpretation. I repeat, that is the interpretation. But it doesn't mean that is what we're supposed to start doing. That is where the plot twist comes in. Because people interpret this and then they just jump into the market. No, you need to combine these fundamentals with the technicals. And that's why we're taking our time today to explain this, to explain this fundamentals very well. And tomorrow, when we explain the technicals, we will combine the two of them together. Do you guys understand what we just said now based on the colors, green, red, and black? For the actual, we're focusing on the actual section here. Do you guys understand? Because I'm going to show you now how to pair two currencies together. Because as an example, this one that is green is saying buy JPY. But you cannot buy JPY alone. You have to buy JPY against another currency. Or this one that says sell, you're selling euros. You cannot sell euros alone. You have to sell euros against another currency. So we're going to look at how to pair the two together. Okay, as Zacchaeus said, come again. I'm going to quickly come again only once because of time. You can watch the recording. For the actual, this is what we're after. And then when the news comes out, you can see there's nothing here because the next news is 10 a.m., which is about 15 minutes from now. So once it's 10 a.m., I can refresh this and then it will give us the figures over here, right? So this one is green. Green means buy. So we're buying, right, this currency at that point in time. That's what it means. Red means sell. So we're selling this currency at that point in time. Black means neutral. So we are not buying, we're not selling. Red means sell. So we're selling this one here, euros, at that point in time. So hope that is okay for you. And then we said something. We said you cannot buy only one currency. You have to buy one currency against another currency. I repeat, you are buying one currency against another currency. So we are going to now cross over to the slides, and we are going to show you how to pair two currencies together, right? I would always advise you to follow us on YouTube, especially so that you can watch the recording again, right? Very key, very paramount. Watch the recording again, right? Because if we are repeating this over and over again, it will prolong the class and prolong the video as well. So now we're looking at how to pair two currencies together, putting them together. And then we said X and Y. X is the first currency and Y is the second currency. Guys, please pay attention, please. There's a limited amount of times I can say this over again. So currency pair, X is number one, the first currency, Y is the second currency. So X here, the first currency is known as the base currency, while the second currency, Y, is known as the counter or the quote currency, the counter of the quote currency, right? So now we know the currency pair, how they look like, X and Y. So I'm going to show you how to interpret this currency pairing now, how to pair two currencies together. So now look at it now. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to quickly switch over to, let me clean this up first of all, just a second. I'm going to clean this up, and then I'm going to switch over to our MT5 trading application, right? So when I switch over to the MT5 trading application, you are going to see something quickly. Let me just do that for you. Okay, so now I have switched over to the MT5. This is the TenTrade platform. And if you look very well, when I click on new order, this is what you'll see. You will see sell, right? Meaning that you are selling what? You are selling GBP USD, and then you'll see buy. This buy means that you are what? You are buying GBP USD. So depending on what you click on, it is to this currency pair. So if you click on sell, you're selling GBP USD. Click on buy, you're buying GBP USD. But the question is, I repeat, the question is, when you click on sell, which of the two are you selling? When you click on buy, which of the two are you buying? And that's what I want to explain to you over here. So if you look very well, when you click on buy, right, or when you click on sell, you always attack the first currency, the base currency, this one here. So you click on buy, automatically you are buying X, which is this. So of course, if you are buying X, what are you doing to this second one? You're doing the opposite. You are selling Y. And then when you click on sell, you are selling X, the first currency here. And then what are you doing to the second one? You are doing the opposite. You are buying Y. So this is how to pair two currencies together. I repeat, this is how to pair two currencies together. So X in this case could be euros and Y could be USD, or X could be Canadian dollars and Y could be Japanese yen or whatever. It is two currencies, not the same. You cannot be buying euros. You cannot have euros as X and euros as Y. No, you cannot be buying euros to sell euros, right? I know you guys might be saying now that, no, now we're buying Naira while selling our Naira. That is Naira to Naira. This one is just a peculiar case based on what is happening in the country. But normally, right, based on business, it is one currency against another currency, right? Hope you guys understand this pairing that we have done. Let me wait for your feedback because I want to use that to ask a quick follow-up question. Hope you guys understand this pairing that we are talking about. Hope you understand the pairing that we are talking about. Look at it very well. You can watch the video again once it is posted up on the YouTube channel. Follow the YouTube channel on that TenTrade. Let me drop the YouTube channel, the link for you so that you have that now. I'm just going to quickly look for it while I wait to find out whether you guys are good with that, right? So I'll drop the Telegram link now. Just give me a quick second. Let me just copy this from here and then I'll drop it up, right? So now we have looked at how to pair two currencies together. You can watch this recording over and over again, and that is the link, please follow TenTrade, and that's the link there. Okay, thank you. Kelechi Ume said, yes, understood. Awesome. So this is how to pair two currencies together. And don't forget, we said something. Excuse me. You must always combine fundamentals and technicals. This is only fundamentals that we have talked about, because I don't want a situation where you go over to First Factory now, maybe the news coming out at 10 a.m. You go and interpret that one and start placing trades based on that alone. No, that is not the way to trade. That is actually a very dangerous way to trade. And a lot of people, they call themselves news traders, and they're trading the news the wrong way. You must combine the fundamentals and the technicals together, right? Great. So Kelechi said for buy, you are buying the first currency. Yes, that's correct. And selling the second pair. Yes, correct. And then for sell, when you click on sell, you are selling the first pair, the first currency, not the first pair. You are selling the first currency and buying the second currency. Correct. That's good. Okay, thank you. Andrew said yes, understood. Felicita said it's clear. Pair two currencies XY. Sell means selling X and buying Y. Exactly. Thank you, guys. I love the fact that as you guys are typing it back to me, everybody can see. And as everybody can see, you are also taking notes, and it's helping you to understand it better, right? It is helping you to understand this better. So we have looked at how to pair two currencies, and you guys said you understood. So I want to give us one or two exercises now. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. Let me do it this way. Let me write this down instead, right? Let me write this down. And then you guys will give us the answer, right? So let's assume you are buying these two currencies. Sorry, my handwriting might not be the clearest. You are buying this one, you're clicking on buy, and it is euro for the first currency, and then GBP for the second currency. So who can help us out? Which one are you buying? Which one are you selling? Let's expand this. Oh, I shouldn't have done it this way. Okay. Okay, let me just get your feedback first of all. Then I'm going to give it to you in another way. I should have done it this way. This one is so easy and straightforward. Okay. So I'm going to wait for you guys to type it out. Okay, Kelechi first answer said you are buying euros and selling GBP. Okay, that is correct. That's why I said I gave it to you in a very straightforward way. But now I'm going to give you a plot twist. Okay, thank you. Felicita said you are buying euro and selling pounds. Exactly. You always buy, once you click on buy, you're buying the first currency. Once you click on sell, you're selling the first currency as well. So let me give you guys this illustration. Okay, thank you to Andrew said buy euro, sell pounds. Thank you. So guys, answer this one for me. Let's assume, right, we did analysis from Forex Factory. And then the Forex Factory, it gave us this information. It was telling us to sell CAD. And CAD happens to be, we all know CAD, the Canadian dollars. So it's telling us to sell CAD, right? And this is the currency pair, because you know you have different currency pairs. This is the currency pair that we're looking at. USD CAD, USD CAD, right? So the question now, what are we going to be clicking on? Based on this information that's telling us to sell CAD, are we going to be clicking on a buy, or are we going to be clicking on a sell? I think this is more appropriate for this learning purpose. That's why I said we'll do this classwork, and then we'll be rounding up in a few minutes. Beautiful. You can see what is happening. You guys are already throwing the answers at me very fast. So the first person is coming from Linda. As before said, buy. Interesting. And Kelechi said, buy USD, sell CAD. Okay. And Felicita said, click on buy. Zacchaeus said, I've missed a lot. So I don't know what happened. I was logged out since about 3 or 5 minutes. Just coming in back. Okay, Zacchaeus, no worries. You can watch the recording. I would always advise to watch the recording so that we don't continue to explain and explain and explain. It will just make the video too long, right? And one thing I also say is that somebody might just join us now. I need the person should join us now. Obviously, we can't start all the information from 9 a.m., right? And, as we just said that now, that you might just join us now. Okay, I was just trying to check the list again. If somebody just joined us not too long ago, so I can see that everybody here, you've been here for a while, apart from what Zacchaeus said, that he got logged out or so. So apart from Mr. Zacchaeus, or apart from him, every other person, you can watch the recording again on the YouTube, follow us on the YouTube, like, comment on the videos, watch the videos, and practice. Let me ask you guys this question. I like throwing questions at you guys. We're rounding up in a minute or two. We're going to be rounding up sooner than later. I want to ask you guys this quick question, right? The more you practice, can somebody finish that for us? The more you practice, it's not a question, it's more or less fill in the blank. The more you practice, anybody? The more you practice, remember we said practice. But the more you practice, Zacchaeus said, the more you get acquainted to it. And Linda said, the more you gain or know more. Thank you. I like the ways you guys put it differently. Felicita said, the more you practice, the more confident. Clayton said, the luckier you get. I won't call it luck. The more you practice, the better you get. It's like riding a bicycle. You ride a bicycle every day, you can only get better at riding a bicycle. So it's not luck. Are we together? It's not luck. You don't call this luck. That's why we say practice. So don't say when you start making money, because you're going to be making money sooner than later consistently. So don't say when you start making money that it is luck. I hope you understand that, please. So you're all correct. You get acquainted with it, you gain more, you build more confidence, you get better, and so on. The more you gain expertise. Like Lady said, actually, that's the word I normally hear. Oh, the luckier you get. No, maybe you are hearing that word. Maybe you are always around those that are doing maybe the Naira bet or so, and they say the more you practice, the more you play, the luckier you can get, right? It doesn't apply in this case, please. So change that thought process, Mr. Kelechi. Okay, Zacchaeus said the more you practice, the more you get to know the best out of it. Kelechi said, thank you, sir, for the exposure. Okay, great. One more thing as well. One more thing for you guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask as well. But I want to ask, I want you guys to fill the blank for this. Sorry, when I rush at times I might mumble what I want to say, right? So fill this up for us. Okay, now this is it. Practice makes dash. Practice makes dash. Let's see who will get it. The first answer might not be the right answer, by the way, so maybe don't rush. Practice makes dash. Okay, Kelechi said practice makes perfect. Felicita said practice makes perfect. Linda said perfect. Zacchaeus said perfection. Basi Ayo said perfect. Hope Tom said perfect. Kanaya said perfect. Let me count the people that answered, because I think that's almost everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, somebody answered now. I think that, let me count it again. I think more or less everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think more or less everybody answered. If you did not answer, I'm going to take my time and go through the list of names I have here. I'm going to do something for you guys. We are all here to learn, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I have 9 people. Only one person did not answer. I won't mention the person, but no problem. Let's continue. Do you guys want to know what the answer is? The question once again was practice makes dash, and everybody said perfect or perfection. And you are all wrong. You are all very, very wrong. Practice makes perfect is what you all said. Kelechi is laughing. I'm going to tell you the answer, And I hope it makes sense, because if it makes sense, then you should agree. If it does not make sense, then we can have a debate, because you are here to learn. I'm also here to learn. Apart from the fact that I happen to be the instructor, I'm also here to learn, apart from dishing out the information. Hope Tom said, what? I can just read the way you are feeling. What? Meaning that, what do you mean? Ezekiel said, can you help with maybe your WhatsApp number for some other questions and one or two reasons? What's it then? Okay, yeah, waiting for what's it then. Okay, practice does not make perfect. Practice makes, wait for it, practice makes better. Practice makes better. Think about it, guys. Think about it. Is there anything that is perfect? Is there the perfect car? Is there the perfect country? The answer is no. The Toyota Camry that you're seeing now, 2023 model, they're going to still do another Toyota Camry 2024. They'll do 2025, 2026. Why are they doing a newer one? Because they're making better. They're making improvements to it. Do you guys understand? Does it make sense now? If you guys remember, there was this particular Honda Accord. I think they called it end of discussion. We're always giving names to these cars. End of discussion. And then they did another one. Discussion continues. What do you mean by end of discussion? And then you're coming back to tell me discussion continues. I don't understand. So there is no such thing as practice makes perfect. That is the statement that we have lived with all our lives. I had to think about it carefully, and then I thought deeply. That's analysis, in-depth study, examination, evaluation. I'm sure it's making sense to you guys now. I hope it's making sense, because it must make sense. Okay. Kelly said, I thought of it. Yeah. And Felicita said, okay, we're waiting. Okay, I've answered. Zakia said, maybe that was what we were taught. Exactly. That's what we were taught back in school. Hope Tom said, it makes sense, but perfect is a real myth. Yes, there is no such thing as perfect. The more you try to be perfect, the more you are improving on yourself. And you'll see that just like technology, it keeps on getting better. There's no perfect technology. People keep on upgrading. That's what we say, upgrading, getting better, improvement. So you improve on something. That's why the more you practice, the better you get. Okay. Andrew said, I agree with you. We should always strive for excellence, not perfection. Okay. Ezekiel said, last, school scammers. I wouldn't say that. Said, thanks for making this known to us. I won't say school scammers, please. School is our foundation. Let's put it that way. School is our foundation, and you'll notice that after a while, you don't necessarily need like a master's, a PhD. You might not even need a BSc as such, right? Because once you have like the foundation, the basic information and all, you are good to go. That's why you'll notice, let me say this, and maybe you might laugh as well where you are. That's why you'll notice that those people that come out with first class, right, compared to those that come out with a pass, third class or fourth class or whatever you call, or let my people go. It is those let my people go that are hiring the first class people. Do you agree with that? And then they came first class. You are coming first class to get hired. Isn't there something wrong over there? So maybe you might say school is a scam. I don't know. But school, it depends on how, let me put it this way. It depends on how you allow school to pass through you. Right? Some people pass through school, they just go through school flat like that. But you must allow the school to pass through you in a particular way that you use it to your benefit, right? Let the school work for you and not you working. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, Zagio said there should be a difference between perfect and perfection. No, it's more or less the same thing. You can Google it. Perfect, perfection. Just like saying attract, attraction. To attract is a way of attraction. This is just English. Felicita said, practice makes perfect for childhood. Practice makes better for adulthood. Please, Felicitas, if you have children, please start teaching them that practice makes better now. Don't tell them practice makes perfect. And then when they grow up, you now tell them practice makes better. They now say, daddy, mommy, why did you tell me practice makes perfect when I was much younger? And you can see Kelechi is laughing at what Felicita said, right? Childhood and then adulthood, right? So we're all adults now. It's rather unfortunate that it's rather unfortunate. I love this class. I hope you guys got value for today's class. Somebody just joined us. You're joining very late. To Kudo, sorry. Joining very late. You can watch this recording on YouTube because we're rounding up now. I want you guys to do something. If you have any quick question, please quickly ask your question. I'll quickly answer. I want you guys to also do something for me. In the Telegram group, I believe you guys are on the Telegram group. Go back to the Telegram group and then comment on how the class has been for you today. Comment on how yesterday's class was. You can also tell us what you learned today. I'm sure everybody will be rushing to go and write. Practice doesn't make perfect, but practice makes better. But tell us a few things that you have learned. I'm saying you should do this so that you help those that did not attend today to ginger them to attend tomorrow. Because trust me, tomorrow's information is also going to be enlightening and it's going to help you to understand the business better, and you get better at this. Felicitas said, okay, coach. Okay, awesome. Felicitas, I want to believe you are a lady just by the name. And that's why I don't say Mr. or Mrs. or Miss. Zakio said, I can remember something. What can you remember? He said, the more you practice, the more you get better. That's why practice makes better. Exactly. Thank you. Hope Tom said, how do I join the Telegram group, please? Contact the person that sent you the link. I don't think I have the link here. I'll try and get the link against tomorrow. But contact the person that gave you this. If you have an account to TenTrade and you know your account manager, quickly reach out to your account manager for the link for the Telegram group. Kelechi Ume said, question, for the scheduled news, is it possible to receive contrary news from different news sites? No. It's just like saying if there's an earthquake in Turkey, as an example, CNN, DBN, channels, OGTV, I don't know that you guys remember OGTV. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. You guys might now know roughly how old I am. OGTV and the rest of them, Bloomberg and so on. You will now more or less see that all of them are giving you the same news, but in different ways. They're just interpreting it in different, but it is still the same thing, right? So that's answered the question from Kelechi. And Takio said, I need to join it. I need to join the Telegram group. I don't have the link. Ooh, please, does anybody have the link? Or I don't know if I can quickly get the link here. But notwithstanding, kindly reach out to your account manager, reach out to the person that sent you the link. Tomorrow I'll drop it, but please, if you have it, please someone should drop it here, please. Okay. And Hope Tom said, okay, Zaki said, can you help with maybe your, okay, let me, guys, I'm going to do something for you as somebody is asking for my number. I'm going to give you my number, and I'm going to also say something about giving you my number now, please. I'm going to give you my number, and this is my number, and my name is Tolu. Please, you can chat me up. I don't really do calls on WhatsApp, and I'm going to explain why, right? And as I'm giving my number, it is strictly for WhatsApp. Why? Because I'm not in the country. I think I've mentioned that maybe last week or in another session, I don't know. I'm not in the country, please. I happen to be in Canada. So please, you call me, the charges might be a bit much for you, and they're going to also charge me as well, which is not a problem. But because of the time zone difference as well, you guys don't want to know the time for me now. You don't want to know that. I wish I could do video and then show you on my phone the time that is reading, because I'm in PST, I'm in the Pacific region. So my timing is very, very off, kind of. So you can chat me up, and in good time, I would reply. And guys, if you need like a one-on-one training or something, let us know as well. Any way that we can help you out to get better, let us know. We are here for you. TenTrade is here for you. Tolu, we're here for you to help you guys out at the end of the day. Okay, so Zacchaeus, I've answered your question. That's my number. Oh, sorry, I didn't hit enter. I'm so sorry. So I've hit enter now. So that's my number. I put +234 there. I should have joined it together. Sorry. But you guys have it. +234 8028463230. So that's the number again, join together. So please chat me up. And if I don't reply immediately, I might probably be sleeping because I'm going to go and sleep a bit now. After this class, I'm just going to take a little sleep, nap or whatever. Then we can communicate some more. Please also reach out to your account manager if you have any questions. Make sure you have opened a demo live account, because it is required of you to start trading because you want to make money. You want to make money, so you need to start trading. The earlier, the better, right? Please do not procrastinate. I don't want to give you some words about procrastination, just like the practice makes perfect statement and so on. Procrastination is a killer. For those of you that are here, you would understand what I'm saying when I say that there are things that you probably wanted to do, but you then left it to the next day, the next hour, and then before you know it, you never did it. And then the end of the year is here, and you're looking back and saying, oh, I should have done this, I didn't do this, and so on. So in order for you not to fall in that line, start with the demo live now. If you're doing the live, I would always say start with a small account balance, and then start trading. There's a big difference between the demo and live. The demo, you lose money. It is just demo money. It won't pinch you. It won't hurt you. But on the live, you lose $1. It will be very painful. And the pain, you know, they also say no pain, no gain. Meaning that the pain, right, it will hit you hard, and know how you will learn from it even faster. Right. So with that said, I want to say thank you guys. Please don't forget, join us on the Telegram channel, or even on the YouTube. When this video is up on the YouTube, put some comments there. Let us know how the class was for today, for you, or yesterday. That's my number. You can chat me up, and then I'll reply in good time. I'm not saying immediately, but I'll reply in good time. And then if you need any assistance whatsoever, a one-on-one or materials or this or that, let us know, and then we will see what we can do for you. With TenTrade, we want everybody to be successful, especially based on the fact that we all need money. If you did not need money like before, now we need money even more, apart from the likes of inflation, recession, and of course, what's happening in the country now, based on the Naira issues, based on the elections. It's really worrisome. But obviously, if you have money, of course, if you have foreign currencies from this business, you would obviously be smiling. Even when the exchange rate is appreciating, it won't pinch you that much. Okay. So thank you guys. I'm going to clean up the chat now, and then I'm going to say thank you guys. I hope you got value. If you got value, please, you can just type 7 or just type value in the chat section. And then, of course, we will see you same time tomorrow. I'm going to hit stop on the record now. Okay.